Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday. Yeah, we got a controversial topic tonight. I hope we get some good feedback. If we are seeing you for the 206th What's Up Wednesday, you know my name. I'm Scott. Glad to have you here again. Got a big group in here already tonight. This is so great. And if you're meeting for the first time on the live stream or on the replay, it's an honor to have you here. Go Small, Live Large is my YouTube channel. It's all about van life. It's my devotion. It's my life. Been doing this for 7 years. And it's just an honor to have you here tonight. Let me kind of show you the quick agenda. We're going to say hi to some folks and then going to get right into my topic tonight. I get this asked all the time about an Embassy RV van in particular because they do not come with a solar panel on top of the roof. And I actually wish I did not have solar on my Winnebago Travado because I have a powerful lithium system. That's kind of the catch here. So this is, whoa, where are we going, Scott? There we go. And let us know where you're coming in from. I see some folks already saying what location they're watching from. And if you can put in your local fuel price, that's pretty great. I traveled across Florida today from West Palm Beach to the Fort Myers area. And I'm telling you, it's collusion. Gas everywhere is $3.19 anywhere you went across that 3-hour, several 100-mile drive. So I'm not sure what's going on. But let us know what your fuel price is and what your weather is. I was going to do this outside, but it's hot, humid, and lots of mosquitoes. I'm in a state park. I've never been here before. It's a pretty cool state park on the Gulf of America side of Florida. This is the question format. If you have a question you would like me to address specifically, it's 3 asterisks, 3 question marks, and that helps me find your question more readily. It looks like this. I'll put it up on screen. How important is solar energy system in your camper van, really on your camper van, I guess? So if you can help me with the question format, and if you have a comment you certainly want to be shown, it's 3 exclamation points, 3 preceded by 3 asterisks. It's been a busy day. What can I say? And we're going to say howdy to some folks. I'm going to get right into the topic of the evening because it's a topic I get asked, and probably you do too, all the time. So we'll get right into that. I do want to mention a couple of events. This Friday, in just a couple of days, we're going to do a live stream about van life, but particularly around this rig that I've been in now. I think this is my 4th week. It's an Embassy RV Dolphin. Has no wood, no black tank, no solar, no awning, no black tank that I mentioned. It doesn't even have a water. It has a waterless toilet. It's very different than what I'm used to. It has a single bed in it. So we're going to do a live stream van life Q&A if you're not doing anything during happy hour, dinner hour on Saturday or on Friday at 7 p.m. It would be an honor to have you join us for that. So that's what's going on. And then I'm really excited that next week we've got Charlie Grace. Many of you have met her. She is a vivacious, effervescent, not to be ignored gal, and she's a female traveler now in an Echo, and she's going to be our guest next week. So we're really excited about that. We've been working on putting that together for some time. And of course, we do What's Up Wednesday every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So it's an honor to have you here. And all this stuff is, of course, on my website, GoSmallLiveLarge.com. We got a lot more coming up. Can't share with you tonight, but we're going to share that down the road. Let's have a libation, Scott. Probably a good idea. So what I'm having tonight is, if you were at the Peace Loving Vans, you might recognize this bottle. It was one of the few that was still had some stuff juice in it. This is Yellowstone. I can do this like that. It's toasted. It's 100 proof. We did some pretty good damage on it. I have not touched it since. I did put a little in my glass just to get things started tonight. It's surprisingly delicious. It's got a little bite to it because it is 100 proof. But we like to have a libation here on the What's Up Wednesday. Hopefully you are too. If not, just enjoy your water. I got some of that too. Okay, let's say hi to folks, and then we will get into the topic. If you're here for the thumbnail theme, hang tight. We just like to say hi to our audience when we don't have a guest right out of the gate. So here's Eric in Plant City, headed to Sun and Fun Air Show in Lakeland, Florida. Wow, that would be fun. Here's Rob. We love Rob. Houston, gas 259, currently out of service. Second alternator tour. Oh no. And then off to parts, and then off to Vegas. Oh my gosh. Are you going to make it to the Nouveau open house on time? Yikes. 70,000 miles. Here's David in the house. Good to see you, sir. And here is Sherry's in the house. Glad to have you. Brunswick, Georgia, temp 72, gas is 260 or 76. I can read. There's Jane and Roger. Thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate that. That's super great. Byron, Illinois, 55. Gas 326, just like it is here in Florida. Kind of weird. I'm not kidding you. The entire 3-hour drive, every place I looked, it was the more rural, it was 329, but it was really 319. And at Costco, it's 289 in West Palm Beach. So let's see. We got Dave in the house from Chile, Virginia. Good to have you here, sir. And here's Bobby, Stephen Wilbur. Wilbur. Can't wait to see Wilbur or Bobby and Steve for that matter. Here's Matt. Matt. Checking in from home. Happy Woo to all who celebrate. Yes, sir. And here's John and Sue. Sorry, John and Sue. Checking from Western New York, 32. Dave, in my opinion, he says solar is way important. We'll talk about that. I don't disagree in certain conditions. Looking for, here's Sherry has a comment. Thank you for using the 3 exclamation points. Solar is less important for me. Mostly 12 volt in a van. A second alternator is a game changer. I would rather park in the shade. It's a good feature of an Embassy. I concur, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Here's Sharon in the house. Good to see you, Sharon. We saw Sharon in person at the Gainesville, Florida roundup we had at Satchel's Pizza. Hello from home. Hit the Truma fixed, was just the regular. Oh, so glad you got your Truma system fixed. So hopefully the home selling is going well for you. Here's Georgia Jack. Hello, van friends from St. Andrews, Scotland. Holy cow. Maybe that's a new flag. Let me just take a screenshot. Let's see. How do I do that without? I'm not going to touch anything. So somebody remind me. Scotland. Petrol is 136 pence. What the hell is that? Pence? Is that like a pound? So 1.36 pounds pence per liter. So there's about 4 of those in a gallon. Put us on your world map, Scott. Thank you. We will. St. Andrews, Scotland. That's right. You guys are enjoying retirement. So great. Here, Sharon, I've got don't have solar on my van and have not missed it yet. Yeah. Here's Roads of Life. Howdy, y'all. Here's Jane and Roger. They have a 2021 Travado GL. Our solar will offset battery drought with fridge running and max air on 30%. Yeah, that's kind of what I've seen too. Here's Dale. Good to see you from San Diego. Always perfect weather in San Diego and Hawaii. Here's Peggy Owens in the house from High Springs, home base. Hopefully things are okay with you there at the home base. Here's Simi G. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. 69 degrees, Simi Valley, California. Simi G. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for being here. Here's Peggy's question. Solar is good for additional power in the heat when boondocking for several days. I concur. Here's Eileen. Howdy, Scott. Say hi from Reno, Nevada. Fuel's expensive. $4.28 a gallon. No kidding. It's a gallon. Wonder why it's so expensive in Nevada. Interesting. Here's Charlie Grace. We're gonna have her on next week. And is it tonight or tomorrow or next week? I saw something about your birthday, so maybe it's your birthday tonight. I can't remember. If it is today, happy birthday, Charlie Grace. We'll definitely be seeing you next week. And if you haven't met Charlie Grace, you need to meet Charlie Grace. She's awesome. Here's Peggy saying that the Modiwell toilet is working well. A lot better option to Lavio, and I would say Tiny Separate would be in the same boat. Here is Eileen with the question: where would you put a litter box in this right now? Perhaps in front of the passenger seat with a top entry. It would definitely go in the. So I'm getting a cat as soon as I probably had to wait till after I return this van, but in this floor plan, it would either be, yeah, up in the cab. You're right. I'm going to get a really small box. It's going to be about, I can't move anything. It'll all fall about the size of a, oh, maybe I can cook. So, I got this idea from Chris and Sandy with their awesome van cap Benny. So I'm going to get one of these. And I'm going to use the pellets, and because they won't track the litter, and they won't know any different, according to Chris and Sandy. So that's what I'm going to get. It's just going to be open. I'm just kind of moving around, and what my light right there. Jingle jar. If anybody wants to give a tip tonight, let's have a toast, everybody. Cheers. That's my first bourbon in a while, actually. So here's Matt. Oh, solar is a trade-off. The number one reason you need more power is for air conditioning to battle heat caused by direct sunlight. You nailed it. So Bobby said wine. Excellent. Toast with my wine. So here's Sharon saying her location is 269, temp 59. Here's Tequila Gal. Hey, everybody. So here's EEA, Epic Endless Adventures. We use a portable 400-watt solar panel. Allows us to park in the shade and benefit from solar. It can be unplugged and not running for 14 days, running Starlink and inverter. And not running 14 days with the sunlight and the inverter on. Very good to know. Yeah, that's kind of the punchline, right? Hello from Iowa, James. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Miss Cheddar from Cupertino, California. Apple Park. Oh yeah. I gotta get back out there. I had such a great time in San Jose and Cupertino and Apple Park, just hanging out there. You feel special, right? Oh, thank you, Roads of Life. It's always nice to have a mathematician. Pence is 1/100th of a pound, so it's like pennies. So it's 136 cents. So $1.36 a liter, which makes it what, about $5 or $6. Hey, here's Leonard. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. I owe you an email, sir. Here is Roads of Life. I can see the importance of solar if boondocking, good for a little extra charge, but if the van is in the sun, you'll use up all the power with trying to get the AC done. Yes. So verify this first, Charlie. If it is your birthday, I think it is. I saw an email. And here is, I think her live today is at, I saw 8 p.m. So thank you for not competing with What's Up Wednesday. And we're definitely going to Roads of Life and Charlie's simulcast, her guest on What's Up Wednesday next week on her YouTube channel. We tried that last week with the Van Caskies and it worked out just perfectly. So here's Georgia Jack. Parked van outside for 7 days between VanFest and PLV, kept refrigerator running, and lithium batteries were at 95% upon return. Yep, that's the way it works. You guys got this down. Here's Miss Duke. Oh my gosh, I never called you back, did I? Jeez. I'm sorry, he's at the airport and all those stuff. Fort Myers, you're just down the road. Oh my gosh, this is great. So Miss Chatter's got solar, 750 watts on the roof. Holy cow. Almost never need to have plug-in second generator as well. Both need to recharge it in order to run AC. Yep, that's so great. Okay, so here's Jeff. Let's say hi to Jeff quick. Jeff, what's up? Good to see you. Fort Lauderdale, 289. Okay, so let me get my 2 cents worth in here, and this is that's kind of about why Embassy does not include solar as a standard, where most of the other camper vans do. It's kind of different in the van space because of that. They don't include it. They will not put it on for you. Don't ask them. I actually wish I did not have solar on my van. My Winnebago Travado 59GL, because the L designates a very powerful lithium system crafted by Volta, installed by Winnebago. So what I want to do is kind of share my story of 7 years in that van. It'll be 7-year anniversary on October this year, and my experience already in this van. I think this is week 3. At the end of the month, next week will be week 4. So I too, like many of you, have figured out, discovered that if you have a good lithium system in particular, is not really all that big of a deal. It's great cocktail talk. I think it is probably the second or third question I get. Usually the guys want to know, what's the gas mileage and how much solar you got? And I'm like, gas mileage, if you're asking, you probably don't care. You drive around 9,000 pounds a house. It's 12 in the city. It's 15, 18 on the highway. And solar has 220 watts on the roof. What else you want to know? I'm going to do this. I just met this guy yesterday. In fact, where was I today? Where was I this morning? Oh, I was at the tiki thing. I stopped at this place, had some fried catfish. Oh, so good. And he's like, I know you. I know you. He was like, I recognize the jewelry. I'm like, cool, man. Thanks. I'm trying to do a look these days. What do you think? And so we did a chat. He's like, want to do what you do. It was so great. He didn't ask about gas mileage or solar. So good job, sir. What was his name? I can't remember. Anyway, so here's the deal. Here's my 2 cents worth. So the problem with vans in most cases is the limited amount of space on the roof. On my van, I've got a big old air conditioner. I've got a max air fan. I've got a WineGuard system that I installed after I bought it. Don't use it anymore at all. And there's 2 solar panels. One is 200 watts. The other is 20 watts. And there's literally no room on the roof for anything else. If I had no solar panels, I could put some more things on. And they raise up off the roof, so they might create a little bit of wind drag. And they're certainly obvious that there's solar panels up there. But I think that's the problem in a van, is that the amount of acreage on a van is not enough to be meaningful in most cases. Now, some of these solar panels are getting more potent in their output. They're flatter. They're actually affixed. Even some of the pop tops now have solar up there. So this might, mileage may vary, but I think in general, the Achilles heel is there's just not enough space installed on the roof of a van to make it meaningful. And we've kind of alluded to it here. I can't talk tonight. I've only had just this. The problem in most cases, certainly in my case on my Travado, is a really massive inverter. This van has about a 2,500 watt inverter. Excuse me, the inverter in my Travado from the Volta system is a 3,600 watt inverter. Why is it so powerful? Because it allows 2 consumptive devices to run at once: air conditioner and microwave, air conditioner and hot pot, or the Instapot, air conditioner and my convection oven portable. So that's why it's so large, and by just being on it alone consumes about 300 watts. Just being on, not running anything else, just being able to push a button on the microwave and it fires up like it does at home. So for that, it consumes 300 watts out of my 9,000 watt battery. This one I've discovered sips better. Now mine's got almost a 7-year-old battery pack, so compared to something brand new, not a fair comparison, but this one does too consume. They do everything in amps. It's pretty minimal. It's like 8 to 10 amps, if it's even that, with the inverter on. And but that's why solar on the roof, again, my case, 220 watts on the roof, inverter on, nothing else, plus a direct current draw. I'm taking more out of the battery pack than the solar is putting in. Hopefully that made sense. And again, the air conditioner consumes about 1,300 watts when the compressor is running. And that's the key. When it's not running, in my van, I'm pretty sure with this one, I'm in love with this Drehau system. The fan only consumes, the air conditioner fan to move the air around, only consumes about 125 watts. So my tip for you is, if you are van traveling in hot weather, do not put the unit on auto, where it might, or on auto where it would stop the fan after the compressor turns off. Is just leave the fan and cool mode on low, and when the compressor turns off, the cool air is still moving around. This one is way smarter than the Coleman Mach I have, where we're doing lots of videos on all this content. And we've kind of alluded to this, is that because of the mathematics, which is amount of real estate, watts generated, the solar panels cannot charge the battery pack to run the AC. If you're even with a big array out, if you got 700 watts out there, your AC unit's consuming 1,300, then do the math. I'm no mathematician. Rose of Life will tell you that. And I think Eric said it best. You're really heat soaking your van to harvest sunlight. I'll never forget, I got a comment from a viewer years ago where he was in the deserts in Arizona and he was having to high idle his Volta system because his AC or his solar panels weren't keeping up with charging the battery. I'm like, sir, it's a mathematical problem. And by the way, you're heat soaking your van. So, oh, hold on. I've got this cough going these days. Things are blooming here in Florida, and I'm telling you, it's got me by surprise. And it's heat soaking your van to harvest the solar, and then your van is just, it takes so much energy to cool it down. Now, I will say, if you're not needing the AC, that solar can very much charge and keep your system charged for many, many days. In my case, if I don't have the inverter on, I have a full battery pack charged. I can run about 5 days off my 8,000 watts of battery pack. And in that case, solar is meaningful because you can actually run some 12-volt appliances like the fridge, like the Max Air fan. And if you need to turn the inverter on to charge your phone or whatever, just do it for a little bit, turn it back off. And you can sit many days out in the woods. And this is what a lot of people want to do, is go off grid. Somebody alluded to here, and that would be my advice as well, which is to park your van in the shade. And if you have an external solar port on your van, and you can plug in an array, and those come pretty flexible now. They used to be kind of silly in size and weight, but now they roll up and you can store them places. Put the array in the sun and move it around as the sun moves, and then keep your van in the shade so it's not getting heat soaked. And if you're putting in 3, 4, 5, I think I saw 500 watts in here, then you're actually adding to the battery pack more than you are taking out, in which case that makes sense. Now, obviously, you need to put your array away when you are going to move. So depending on how you move, I move way too often, is again, just put your panels in the sunlight, your van in the shade, and that's what many are recommending here, which is what I would do. So there's two things also that I think Embassy does. In addition to all that, why don't they put solar on? Again, with the second alternator here, I can idle at normal idle speed, about 700 RPMs, and I'm putting in about almost 2,000 watts into this Master Volt battery pack. We're going to do a whole bunch of videos on the technical stuff of this van. I'm super impressed with that. It does charge less fast, because on my Volta system on the high idle, I'm putting in almost 3,000, 3,500 watts on high idle for 1 hour. This you charge for an hour, and it's kind of endless. There's no auto start. You turn it off when you're ready to turn it off. But at idle speed, this will charge. So that's pretty cool. But I think the thing that also makes Embassy do what they do, which is no solar on the roof, is there's no visible panels. You can always see a camper van, whether it's commercially built or homegrown DIY, because there's the big old solar panels up on top, kind of giving away that somebody's in the van, traveling, living, street camping, whatever you want to call it. So it's very stealthy not having solar panels, because the outside of this van, it kind of looks like a catering van. Let me know if it looks even like a camper. Let me zoom in here for you, because it's pretty crazy. It's probably the thing I like the least, because nobody knows that I'm a cool YouTuber. Run around this awesome van. It just looks like a window van. It's pretty funny. So that's a big reason why they do it, for stealth. They're really big on stealth at Embassy RV. And the other reason is they don't like putting holes in the van. So the fewer holes, the better. I think there's one thing they could add, actually, not on the roof so much, but on the side. We'll talk about that in a later video. But by not putting any more holes in the chassis itself, that gets a big thumbs up from Embassy RV. So the only holes on the roof of this van is for the AC system and for the Max Air fan. That's it. On the sides, there's a little wind scuppers, they call them, for their ventilation system, and a power outlet on the side, and that's it. There's no other cuts inside of the skin of the van. And by the way, if anybody knows where this ceiling is, picture of the ceiling is taken, you can put in the comments. And if you haven't experienced this, it's absolutely magic. It's been there for about a bazillion years. So fewer holes in the van is another reason why Embassy RV says no to solar on the roof. Hopefully that demystifies that a little bit. I'm a big proponent of no solar, mostly because of the way I travel. I don't go sit in the woods, communing with moose and mosquitoes and hoping nothing gets harasses me, beasts or humans. I move around a lot. So that's kind of how I roll with that, and why I roll with that. And stealth is a big reason why Embassy does not do it. And if you have a good quality lithium system, I think many of us are saying it here, solar is kind of irrelevant, because to harvest solar, you got to be in the sunlight. Unless it's 20 degrees outside and it's wintertime, okay. But just turn your van on for a little bit, engine charges the system, and off you go. Fair? I love to hear what y'all have to say about that. So let's go back and say howdy to folks. That's why I wanted to share how we're doing on time. Oh, pretty good, actually. So let's see what folks have to say. Here is here's Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Phoenix, Arizona. I love Phoenix. I can't wait to get to Lisa. Go forth. That's cool. Cheers. This is badly needed medicine. I have not had this in a while. It's got a very distinct flavor. It says toasted on it. You saw this? Georgia Jack, do you remember having some of this? That Peace Love fans. It's got a very distinct flavor. Yellowstone, by the way, I've always enjoyed a Yellowstone bourbon. Let's see. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. So here's Roads of Life, who has a YouTube channel, cleverly named Roads of Life, and he's in an Embassy RV. Since the Embassy uses gasoline from the tank for heat, gas mileage is difficult to determine. Your gas is used for multiple things, not just travel. Would you prefer propane to heat? No, I'm totally in love with the single chassis fuel situation. I passed a Tractor Supply today, and it's like, I don't have to see you for another couple months until I get back in my Travado. No, the single fuel is really amazing. I am completely a proponent of that. This van is making me, and this is why we do stay in other vans, whether it's for a few months or just a single night, day, which is what I'm going to be doing. One of those this week is to understand what different van systems, layouts are like from my perspective as somebody that's been doing van life since 2018 October. And I'm 100% on pop top. I'm 100% on waterless toilet. I'm 100% on single chassis fuel. And I would say I'm 100% on induction cooktop. Don't put it in the counter, put it in the drawer. You're going to be seeing some of that rolling out over the next few weeks. So yeah, this floor plan is, I miss my front lounge. I will not lie about that, but this is very compelling for somebody that likes a lot of room, only needs one bed. This is all parked on the countertop of the Dolphin SS, which is solo sleeper. That's what I'm calling it. Special edition. So EEA, yes. Is Embassy installing the gray tank on the exterior of the van now? Yes. If so, is it heated to maintain the 4-season status? It's a good question. I don't know. I should. I'll have to ask Terry, because we're going to do a technical specs. He may have typed it up. I think it does have a tank warmer. My guess is they did a really good job, if it is, wrapping that pipe and making the plumbing, anything that's external, freeze resistant, I'll call it. But yeah, they were kind of forced to do that with the RVIA, which I am telling you, I'm loving that. A traditional tank for water and gray water. And with my separate tiny, as some of you, a lot of you know, I can kind of run endlessly now on waste tanks. It's endless capacity, I should say. Here's Jeff. I think DC charging is the way to go. I use a small 300 watt pure sine wave inverter to fast charge from my 50 my blue portable power station Bluetti. Yeah, it's kind of different for each person depending on how they want to charge or how they want to travel, I should say. I think Eric's kind of in the same boat. He has a very different way to travel. And I think if you're on the more, not to impugn the word, experimental, and you have less needs, certainly for the consumptive appliances, air conditioning being probably the biggest one, it's almost immaterial, right? To have all this lithium stuff and blah blah blah, and the expense front loaded to get the lithium system. I travel not to take it all in, so I'm glad that's working for you, Jeff. That's super great. Many folks have told me something similar. So here's Thomas with AGM batteries. My solar keeps the house battery topped off while in storage. I have a separate maintainer for the RAM chassis battery. I would agree. That's a good point for storage. Hopefully you're traveling more than storing, but yeah, I totally get what you're saying there. So that's great news. And so Jeff's saying 50% to 100% in under an hour using his system. So that's great. Here's Quetzal. I like the shortest S model, but I prefer counter space like the SL rather than a second couch. Is a modification like that permitted under Embassy's controlled custom policy? I would say probably give them a call and talk it out. One gal we saw at Peace, Love, and Vans, can't recall her name. There were so many people. It was so great. She's got the S, which has 2 couches, a little bit bigger galley, solo traveler. So she talked with Terry in person at the festival, and they talked about removing the bed. I think it was on this side because most of the components would stay in place in the cabinet. So he said it's absolutely possible to do that. So, and the SL, correct me if I'm wrong, but it has kind of the galleys in the middle, midship, right? And there's a bedroom in back and then a couch up here that could convert into a bed. I'm really liking the open floor plan. It's a very different sleeping experience for me being in this versus my bedroom in my Travada with the Murphy bed. But oh, good job, Catherine. Pantheon in Rome. It was a pagan temple converted to a Catholic church. And it's been there since like what, 500 BC or some crazy number. And it's still so perfect. The vaulted ceiling and everything. And once you stand in that, you get a sense of the engineering marvels from the ancient world. I've been watching a lot of programs on history and architecture is a lot of it, and Roman and what was the other one? The Byzantine era, Ottoman era, Greeks. I mean, it's amazing what the Egyptians, what they were able to do with so little, right? Human power. What was cool about not the Ottoman, I think it was Byzantine, but I can't think of the Constantinople. Constantine the Emperor. He paid people. They were not slaves to build stuff. He paid people versus slave power. So that's pretty cool. Here's oh, that's right. You're in good job, Pantheon in Rome. You got it. Hi y'all. Hey Rod, good to be here. Let me know if you've been in the Pantheon, and it's in a really cool neighborhood, right? You kind of come, and that's great. I love about Rome and Europe in general. You come through these old crickety brick streets that have running water everywhere, right? Not a faucets, and you turn the corner, and all of a sudden there's this massive church that's been there for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even longer than that, 1,000 years. And these other Roman things that have just been sitting there for a couple, 3,000 years, and you're just like, we got a lot of McDonald's over here, I guess. Let's see, right here's Jack saying, good stuff. Scotch is the name of the game here. You know, I stick my bourbon. That peat smell, Jack, I just can't get past. I've even had bourbon in Scotch barrel. You know, it's been aged, finished, the second barreling. And man, that Scotch taste, it's kind of like blue cheese. I just cannot take blue cheese. I love all other kinds of cheese, just not blue cheese. Here's Dale saying, 2022 Travado 59GL 4 battery solar, pretty much useless, right? A lot of people ask me, why don't I just delete the solar at the factory? Because it's way more work to delete it than just keep it on there. Someday I might remove it. I maybe put a deck on top. I'm worried about hail, if in a hailstorm, because mine are glass on top. It's the old really thick ones. And they got to keep them clean, right? Anyway, so congrats on your GL, sir. Good job. You got a lot of juice there. Here's Jeff. What a great show tonight. Thanks for being here, everybody. Jeff says, do you think the electric bed is better than a manual bed in out? It operates in probably, well, should we test it? I got all this stuff set up. I don't want to create yeah, it's about 12 seconds, if that, maybe 8. Somebody asked, what if it breaks? These things, I think the mechanics has a really long longevity. So I don't think you're putting up hours of moving your bed in and out. It's literally less than a minute a day, both ways. I think electric is way better. And you can adjust it. What I've learned is now this will be controversial. Let's see how I want to do this. I can do this. Thank you for the question, Jeff. So some of them are manual. I think even David, correct me if I'm wrong, I think your rig has a manual bed in and out. It's just a little more elegant, it costs a few more bucks, but very smooth. So what I've been doing, see the cushions here, right here? I'll move my light. So I'm actually taking those off. I'm not making those part of the bed now, and just keeping the bed all the way against the wall so I can kind of lean up against the wall at night. And I'm finding that way more comfy. It's fairly narrow, but I'm kind of used to that. So it doesn't bother me. So and let me tell you, the Embassy RV mattresses are firm. So just be aware. Thank you for the question. Here's Eileen saying tequila is the name of the game. I like a good tequila, I call it. Neat. I think tequila neat is not to shoot it, just sip it, like bourbon, right? Quetzal, thanks, Scott. You're welcome, sir. Quetzal, man. Sorry. We have the SL, says Roads of Life, which is the bed in the back, toilet in the middle, sofa, living room. Is that working out for you? I don't think I've seen yours, Rob, but I've seen Bob and Susan's, right? And it's a little bit like the floor plan I have. You have distinct rooms. This one, you have kind of 2 rooms. You got the great room, and then you got the bathroom. And when I got here, the interior of the van was really hot because I've been traveling all day. I didn't have the AC on in the cabin, and it was 89 degrees back here. And with this really awesome AC system, the Drea, right there, love that system. What I did is I closed the bathroom door, and man, it cut the cooling time down in half. And now I'm at a very comfortable 75 degrees, 22% humidity. Then I open up the door just to chill a whole van. Here we go. Charlie Grace. I love the different floor plans. Yeah, this has really been, tomorrow night I'm going to be in a different van. Shh, don't tell Embassy RV. Doing a little project, a side project. And I like being in the different floor plans. It really gives me a whole new perspective. I used to poo-poo loudly the Travada 59K floor plan, which was the galley behind the driver's seat, 2 twin beds, bathroom in the back. Stayed in that van a couple months ago, and I totally changed this is what that floor plan is like to me. I would remove one bed, and so by being in different floor plans, it's completely changed my point of view, which is kind of the point, then to share it with all of you. So thank you, Charlie Grace. I love it too. Van Liberty in the house. Great seeing you, sir, at the Peace of Love Vans. Hello to all. Really think there's a place for that shorty Embassy. Yeah, Terry is asking me, and Embassy RV is asking me for feedback on this and what the comments are. He is open to it. So if you don't need the garage storage, which I'm kind of already missing a little bit, it's about 1.5 feet of interior space that's being lost, but it's this thing drives like a sports car. I mean, oh my God, there's a huge raccoon. Holy cow. Just came out of that tree. Whoa, that thing was huge. Oh my God. Oh my God, there's 2 of them. Well, they're going to the neighbors. Apparently got some good stuff over there. Raccoons are so cute, aren't they? That was weird. That was cool. We need a raccoon camera. Oh, there's 3 of them. It must be a mom, and she's pretty big. Wow, that's cool. State parks, who knew, right? Not going to see that at the KOA, probably. Let's see. Here's S Jab, new viewer here. Thank you, S Jab. Love your channel. Considering getting a van for my family the next year or 2. Your vids are super helpful. Thank you, S Jab. Let's give that guy a shout out, or ma'am, whatever you are. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. That's what we try and do, is help you understand it better, get your journey on more quickly and more happily. So this is great. You guys are going to Ireland too in 17 days? I was in Dublin for like 48 hours. It's a very long story. That's cool. Good for you guys. Here's Audi. Look at this. Audi Sanchez. Hey, Scott, do you miss Lily? Like, nice necklace. Thank you. Advance North Carolina this week. 244 again. Oh, that's cheap. Hey, Audi, what's up? Let's give her a shout out, everybody. Appreciate that. Let's have a cheers if you're doing a cheers game. It's funny. It's a great question because I'm getting asked it more. I don't miss the darkness of my van. The windows in here are absolutely spectacular. I don't miss the 4 rooms, weirdly. I do miss the front lounge. I have to be honest, and my permanent table. The setup here is growing on me, but it's not a permanent table with seats that you can get 4 or 5 people around. But I'm really loving the brightness in here. My van doesn't smell, doesn't have any mold problems, anything like that. I'm loving this toilet. The tiny separate, we're going to be doing a video about this. I'm actively working to replace the toilet in my Travado with this system because I'm telling you, it's that cool. And I'm the toilet guy, and I was so grossed out initially. I'm like, Terry, you're killing me. It's way better than Labio. I'm telling you. And I did tank duty today. I emptied the shit sack, and I emptied the little peat container, and I'm good. And the peat container kind of empty anywhere. And it's unbelievable. I mean, just think of the freedom of not having to worry to find a dump station for the toilet. It's my first time ever experiencing that, and I've done the shit sack now, I think, twice, and I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So I'm missing some things. I'm missing the people see what the van is, Lily, with the cool bike rack and the expedition gear on it, and the wrap. What's the deal with my throat these days? Things are blooming down here like crazy. So I miss that. There's nothing stealthy about Lily. This thing is super stealthy. Nobody even knows what it is, and that's okay if you want to go stealth. That could be a very big feature for you. I personally like the waves, the thumbs up. The kids are like, "Whoa, can I get a picture of that?" And talking to people at the gas station, I roll up in this, and nobody even notices me. Now, if we get the occasional embassy RV person, and they see the scuppers on the side of the van, they're like, "Oh, it's an embassy." It's kind of like the road trek people seeing the decals for the where the windows used to be in the front cab, right? You're kind of instant buds because you got an embassy. I see those scuppers. So thank you for that again for your tip. That was very sweet of you. So great. Yes, Adam, good job. Pantheon in Rome. Let me know if you've been there. It's really cool. One of the greatest neighborhoods, right? There's so many great neighborhoods. I really want to get back to Italy soon. I could move there and never leave. Let's see. So here's Ashley. We are removing the cushions and getting a custom mattress so the bed will be permanently made. That's cool. And you guys have 2 beds, so that kind of makes sense. Embassy said if I remove the vinyl, that the bed is more soft. I might try that, but that custom mattress. Yeah, if I was to, I don't know. I'm finding the back cushions not that useful. So at night I tuck them up in the cab, and that's cool. Here's Roads of Life. As with all layouts, there are compromises. It's not as open feeling as Embassy S or SS, but we can sleep up to 4, which is a big advantage. 100% agree. It's a great one for that. We also have garage storage under the bed, which is something I'm kind of missing. I think I could make things work. I'm looking in the back of the van. What I don't think would work is that slinky stove that we discovered at Peace, Love, and Vans, which is really a 3 concentric ring fire pit. I don't think it would not fit in here. Maybe in the other ones because they're pretty wide and like this. Not they're smaller than the solo stoves, but the Otzi grill would definitely fit in here. But I'm with you on the garage storage space. There's Lyle. Thanks for coming to the Roundup earlier this week. Was it last week? Missed the beginning. What state park are you at? It's some dude's name, Oscar something. So that's spilling everything. It's Oscar Shearer. It's literally in the middle of Nokomis, right? That's cool. It's cheap. I think you can park 2 vehicles. So tomorrow night when we do the van recording, I'm going to pull the a demo van or a night van in the same spot that I'm in now. So it's going to be pretty great. I haven't walked around. I just got here late and then had to get ready for the show. But it looks like a really massive park. A lot of active seniors run around in their bikes and what have you, hiking. We got stuff to do. I'm working, so I'm not doing any of that. But it's pretty cool. Great to see you. Thanks for coming out on Thursday at a Roundup at John Prince Park. We had some guy that's kind of exploring van life, right? What was his name? Like Giovanni or something like that. Really a nice Italian name. I can't remember. He's thinking about building his van. I'm like, you are a bigger man than I, Giovanni. Here's Van Liberty saying, with Embassy, how can I miss what I never had in the first place? That's a good point. Well said. I'm camping now. We got a lot of camping coming up. We got, I reviewed the list with the Embassy RV and the videos we're going to make, and I'm going to be a busy boy. Oh, no way. So Lyle's saying we had a raccoon visit in our van one night while at a state park. He walked right through the bug wall screen on the sliding door side. Well, he was hungry. That would scare the living out of me. I'm like, holy cow. Bugs are one thing, but if something's coming in here, that's why I don't. Yeah. Anyway, Eileen, you are the best. So fun to bring the whole community together. Safe travels. Thank you, Eileen. Tequila cheers to you, ma'am. Thank you. And did we or did we not have a great time last week with the Van Caskies? Are they the coolest people? They're so lovely. Really looking forward to, thank you, Eileen. God love you. With Charlie Grace next week. 2 weeks, April 2, right? This month is flying by. Potty talk with Scott. I'm completely into it. We're going to do a, I'm always down to talk about that. It's a big deal, right? Oh, he got the same problem. Oh my God, this would freak me out too. I had the slider open one night last winter here in Florida. I had a big frog get in the van. 2 days to find him. Oh. And frogs, I love frogs. Man, if they were in a confined space like this, I would go crazy. They're just like a flying insect to me. I'm like, gas station van talks are the best. Hey, they really are, right? Every guy wants to say, you got solar? What's your gas mileage? And what's that thing hanging on the side of your van, Ashley? Oh, that's your grill? That's cool. Miles, it's like the vacuum of that. I had a hummingbird in my van once. That's when I had Luke. I just dropped him off at the cat hotel, and if he had been in the van when that hummingbird was in the van, he came in the side window. I was kind of using the facilities, I'll say, with the door closed, and I heard this noise. And I'm like, that is the biggest bug ever. I'm going to have a heart attack. So I kind of finished my business in a hurry, and I opened the door. I'm like, there's a hummingbird in the cab window, and I'm like, gee, what is now? And as I got, went to go get him, all he does was get closer to the windshield, right? And if my cat had been in here, he would have tore the place apart getting that hummingbird. I'm 100% sure. So that was a van life miracle. And how I got him out is I think the patio slider was open. I went outside the slider and went into the outside of the cab window, was waving my hands, and then he kind of figured out that the door was open. And that was one of the most unusual things. But having a raccoon, that would drive me bananas. Here's Fuzzbrains 5. I'm about to start my van life journey. I'm scared shitless to get started. Don't be. How do you get over the initial fears of the unknown? Conquer your fears, sir. Watch the Julia Child video when she was chopping chickens or whatever she did. Just gonna conquer your fears. Let us know. We got a few more minutes on the show. What's your number one fear? Because I think it will change your life. In fact, I know it will change your life for the better. It's changed all of our lives, I think, for the better, right? Having our vans. But Fuzzbrain 5, let us know what your biggest fear is. I would love to know so we can maybe help you with that. Oh no, Lyle's, he drove his motorcycle out to see us at the oh, that sucks. At the Roundup. We had Gil and Bev there. Bill and Joe were there. The guy that camps in a Taurus came over. Giovanni. We had a nice little group, right? So great. I just love those. Yeah, this is actually a good point. So I don't have the bike on the back of my van. It's on the back of Lily. I am kind of missing that because when I get in a place like this, if I wasn't working 48 hours straight for the next couple days, I would get my bike out. This place has got tons of. This doesn't show the park. It's a huge park. We might do a Florida state parks this time of year is so hard to get in because it's peak season. But anyway. Oh, Charlie's going live next. Okay, I'm gonna have to jump over her thing. Yay, Charlie. Let's see. Here's Fuzzbrain 5. Honestly, I don't know what I'm fearful of. I think it's more just giving up everything I've built in my life to start this journey. I think kind of figure out your why. Why do you want to do this? For me, it was discovery. It could be a potential business. I didn't expect helping people make really interesting decisions in the next chapter of their lives. I wanted to change my life. I wanted to go minimalist. Everything I owned in my van, well, now 60% of it's in this van. Lily looks so lonely, so stripped down on the inside because everything's in here, including my fish, Tonto. But I would say, kind of figure out your why. And then write down a list of your fears. Maybe prioritize them. It's amazing what happens if you just make a list. Pros and cons. What's your fears? What's your why do you want to do it? What are some of your non-negotiables of a van? But I think it's go to some RV shows, do things like this, talk with the owners here in the chat. Embassy Owner Wannabe group on Facebook has a great group that they meet. Go to my website. We have roundups on a pretty regular basis, and just meeting the people I think will make a huge difference. Whether solo male, solo female, and it'll just, those fears will fade. I think most of the fears are because of the unknown, but I think if you're curious and your curiosity is stronger than your fear, you'll be just fine. Hope that helps a little bit. Here's Eileen. God love you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's a generous one. That will be put to good use, I assure you. Yeah, Miss Chatter's got a great point here. Thank you, Kathy. Everything's scary at first, right? And that's where you just kind of step out on faith, have a bit of a plan. And I wish I would have done this eons ago. I had no clue of the impact it would have on me and others. Miss Chatter is right. Go to some of the events like Overland Expos, Adventure Van Expos, walk around, talk to people. I think that will really help you, give you some ideas on van floor plans, things like that. And I think just meeting the folks will really, and ask, what was your biggest fear? If I had to answer that question, I guess same like you. I just didn't know what was coming, but I was willing to give it all a try. Worst case, it didn't work. Sell the van. YouTube sucks. Now, since it's changed everything. Now I can't do it without a van. I can't imagine life without a van. Raise your hand if you agree with me. So, yeah, here's Sherry. Got some good advice. Start slow if you have the ability to take short trips. Rent a van for a couple of days. Even camp in your driveway. It's amazing what you can get out of the experience just camping in your driveway in a van. So here's, we'll call it a wrap here, just a few minutes. Thomas wants to know, since you're in lots of different vans, have you considered comparing the noise levels of them? Not noise levels specifically, Thomas. I think they're all pretty quiet. I think the Embassy is more quiet than my Travado because it's automotive glass all the way around. It's really well insulated. But it's thermal dynamics. That's what we're going to be doing some tests on, and endurance of the AC off the battery. So we have some of those types of videos coming up that are around those topics, but not noise so much. That's a concern for folks. This thing is really quiet. My van's pretty quiet too, but this one's really quiet. Buzzbrain saying, thanks for all the advice. Here's Eric saying, my goal is to be an RVer is to travel the country and find as many aircraft, car, train. Yeah, kind of find, again, your why. Eric's got some good advice here. Part of my points of interest, why would I stop when I see a brown sign that says historic district? Because I'm into history. I'm into architecture. I want to learn about stuff, not through YouTube. I want to learn about by standing there. And then meeting the people, the cultures. I mean, we have such an amazing country. If we just turn off the boob tube for a little bit and go meet your neighbor, get in a van and go meet somebody that's like, what is that thing? And next thing you know, they're buying you around after you give them a van tour, and they may not look like you. They may not sound like you. They may not smell like you. But at the end of the day, we're just, most of us, pretty good human beings, and we just want to have a good time. And by breaking down walls and barriers, I think it's been one of the greatest things for me personally, and bringing this community together, building this community over these years. So those are serendipities I did not know about until I got started. So, all right, I'm going to call it. Oh my God, we got Russ, Jane, and Tarzan in here running out of fireball. Hurry. Oh my God, that's funny. Russ and Jane, we love them. Oh my God, they're so great. Thank you for all the funny things you send me, sir. It's pretty awesome. And here's Peggy. Thank you for your videos, community. We love traveling, and Travel Planner has been very busy. After Island, we're getting out of Florida and have no return date as of now. Wow, good job. Yeah, I'm going to be leaving Florida mid-April. Kind of go to the southeast and Tennessee, and then I'm going to buzz down to Florida to unpack this van and buzz back up to Elkhart to be at Embassy's camp out for the first weekend in June. So like you, I have no return date once I leave here, except to get this van back and load back up. So, all right, folks, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope you learned something about solar. Thank you, everybody, for your super chats and super stickers. That was super great. Have a super day. Jeez, I might have one more of these and call it bed. I got early morning tomorrow. But I really do appreciate each and every one of you. What I'll do is go jump over to Charlie Grace's YouTube live stream and wish her a happy birthday. So maybe I'll see you there. Thank you, everybody. Until we see you soon, we like to say journey on. And for some of you, including Brain Fuzz, Brain 5. Get your journey on. You will not regret it. And peace be with you. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.